So, the 2024 Melbourne Cup.
I've watched this once before.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's have a bit of a look here.
The 164th running.
So you're about to jump. What barrier? Just hold it there for a second, MJ. Just pause it for a sec, mate. What barrier are you in?
In barrier 5. See the pink
and green.
green cap, yeah.
But that wasn't your original barrier?
No, so that's even another story in
Well,
itself.
go on then.
We were barrier 6.
Yeah.
And I remember, because I looked back through all the Melbourne Cups over the last however many years.
Yeah.
And the stats were like horses that ran in barrier 6 was not much good. And then on the morning of the race, the horse that was in barrier 5 got scratched at the Baskin. And then we got moved to barrier 5. And then barrier 5 had like the most success out of any barrier for like 25 years.
Yeah.
I can't remember the full stats, but I remember thinking, game over. Give me the trophy now.
So you were happy with the barrier move?
I was happy, yeah, because I was just kind of like, it was just a bit of a joke, like, barrier 6, there has barely been any winners from barrier 6. Moved to barrier 5, and there's been loads of winners. So I was thinking, we're going to win it.
Right, so let's roll. Let's have a bit of a look. We're going to watch the whole race here together, Robbie.
And they're racing. Trusting you towards the inside. Broke away well with Akita Sushi. Just fine, sharp and smart. And from the deep also Land Legend is showing some speed and intent. They come across towards the inside. Very wide is Circle of Fire, using plenty of the track in the early stages. 600 metres to go on the first round. Just fine is sliding across to lead the cup field.
Just stop it there for a second,
Land
Joe.
Legend
So we're coming up to the... so that's the voice of Matt Hill. I call the football with him on a Thursday night. He's a bloody
unreal.
Mate, he's a bloody good race caller. So the opening first 300 metres of a Melbourne Cup. What are you trying to do at this point?
Well, you're trying to get your position anyway, and also you're trying to get your horse to relax, get in a rhythm and stuff.
How do you get your horse to relax?
Well, for me, my horse is not very keen in the run. He's always pretty casual. Sometimes he gets a bit keen when they steady up, but I always knew that this was going to be a fast run race.
Yep.
There was lots of signs of horses that were going to roll forward, and as you can see, and you'll even see further on, they go pretty quick. So when they're going quick, horses are not going to be pulling with you because they're just going a little bit quicker, and they're in more of a flow state. So to be honest, you're just trying to get a map of what's going on around you. It's similar to any other race.
Yep.
You don't complicate it. You're just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Give your horse a bit of room. Just get him to relax. And just kind of, and you definitely have to just see what's in front of you too. Like what horses are you going to follow? Like you don't want to be following a bad horse.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely lose the race pretty quick if you're following the wrong person.
Okay, let's roll on. I'll continue to watch it.
A lap to go with 2,300 metres to run, and the leader is
Just stop it there, MJ. So, yeah, a lap to go, as you heard Hilly say. I did a quick count. I reckon you're about 16th in the race at this stage. Is there any... Because when you're really close, if you're at a country meeting, like you hear the jockeys and they can be yelling and talking to each other and stuff, which we didn't experience. Does any of that go on at this top level stuff?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's lots of chatting going on in the race.
Like what are you chatting about?
Well,
like just to get out of your way?
Watch out for dinner last night.
Right, but do you just like get out of my way, cock, or what are you going
Not
with?
all the time. Sometimes it just might be, like for example, just before that.
Yep.
William Buick was outside me. He said to me, go to the fence. Like, basically insisting that I go to the fence, but I didn't want to be on the fence.
So he was pushing you that way because he...
It wasn't pushing, but he just kind of was
he
trying
wanted
to
you
dictate
to go
me
that way.
with his voice.
To suit what he was trying to
Pretty
achieve.
much. He probably wanted the position I was in.
Okay.
He was out a bit wide. But I knew there was a horse back inside me. And if I just waited a few strides, then that horse would improve. And then I would never be able to go to the fence anyway. So I just sort of waited. But stuff like that, but like sometimes somebody might cut you off or something. You might just tell them to get stuff. You know what I mean? A few more.
How important is like sort of spatial awareness when it's all going on around you?
Yeah, jockeys are very spatially aware.
You'd
They
have
know
to be,
everything.
wouldn't
Well, I do. Well, I'm not saying I'm a good jockey, right? But
Yep.
I think anyone that's a half decent jockey should definitely know what goes on around them. You just gotta know. You gotta do your form as well. Like I think if you prepare very well, like you kind of know all the horses around you. Like this horse, for example, might not stay the trip. You know, you don't want to be following it at the arse end of the race.
So it's like the Melbourne Cup, the biggest race of your life. How much time would you have spent studying the form?
Probably a few days leading into it.
Okay.
Not like, you know, you don't want to be looking at too much because you don't want to overcomplicate it as well.
So
like,
do you just look at other horses, their runs, or what do you do?
You're looking at horses that you want to follow. You're looking at the chances in the race. You're looking at your own horse as well. Like, you know, you're just trying to find something that give you a bit of confidence as well.
Okay, so who were you trying to follow in the perfect world?
I was trying to follow the horse in the blue.
Which his name is?
Zardozi.
Okay, let's continue to play
I didn't end up getting on his back.
Didn't
Defied
matter.
the outside, putting a little bit more speed in the race at the 2,200 metres, and now Perches outside the leader as they run by the 1,550. Well back is Absurd on the inside of St George, and then Buckaroo and Sea King is
Just
last
stop
in
it
the
there for a
Lexus
sec,
Melbourne
MJ.
Cup.
So you're sort of down the back straight. Like you're out of, like you're in a strange sort of squat position as a jockey. Is it? Does tiredness come into it? Physicality yourself, or no? That's just
For
you.
me?
You're just rolling through. Yeah.
You shouldn't be at that stage.
Okay.
At that level, I think.
At any stage during a race or not? Like, do your quads start to get a bit of burn going or no? Okay.
If you're riding in the Melbourne Cup at that level,
You should be right to go.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be getting tired because at the end of the day, you're getting paid to do
Yep,
it. So
okay.
you got to be on the ball. You know.
So what do you? So end of the back straight here. What are you generally thinking about what you're doing and what the rest of the field are doing? How are you feeling at this
I'm
point?
not thinking about much.
No.
I'm pretty much like probably 2 furlongs leading into that.
Yep.
Most of the jockeys in the race will just be like kind of asleep. It's like
Calm everything
everybody's
down.
just trying to conserve energy, like, you know. You're just kind of trying to build up your momentum, or not momentum, like potential of the horse. You're just it just feels like, I'm pretty sure 200 meters, 300 meters leading into at least this point.
Yep.
I just can't even remember it. It was
Right.
just like silent. I just couldn't hear anything. Didn't know what was going on.
Huh. Okay, on me go, MJ.
1,400 metres to run, just fine in front at an even speed by a length and a quarter. Land
So
Legend.
not many
and
jockeys are
Circle
doing
of
much
Fire.
here?
Akita
No.
Sushi next on the inside of Mostly Cloudy. Then came Valiant King, who's losing a little
Just
bit
stop
of
it for a
ground.
sec
Passed
there,
by the
MJ.
map, then Cova Lee.
So you talked about your pre-race plan was to follow Zardozi in the blue, but you're probably 8 horses and 15 metres behind that.
Yeah.
So how do you redevelop a plan on the run, Robbie?
Yeah, so I think I kind of phrased that wrong. To follow Zardozi, I would have had to been a little bit closer in the run.
Yeah.
But she was a horse that not to follow, but she was the horse I would like to aim at.
Okay.
She was probably the horse I thought would win the race.
Right.
So she was the one that I'd like to, you know, if there's any horses up in front of me, she's the one I'd follow.
Okay.
In a sense. To follow in the run, because it's a Melbourne Cup and there's so many variables, you don't really fully know who you're going to follow. I actually ended up following Kovalika, I think.
Yep.
But I did have pretty much all the horses I wanted to be around were just sort of around me, except for her. She was a bit closer in the run.
So you were comfortable where
I was
where
happy
you
the position I had, and they went quick enough, you know, which was good because sort of when they go quick in a race, it's sort of sets up for horses at the back of the field because they've done no work and they're ready to charge late.
are? Okay, let's press on.
Zardozi next on the inside, waited with Fancy Man under pressure. Then came Mostly Cloudy.
Stop it there.
Manzoi's
So we're just coming onto the straight. The horse is obviously not asleep anymore. How do you wake a horse up, and what are you doing here at the 400-metre mark?
Yeah, the horses are very clever. They know.
Do they?
They know they're starting to get to the business end
It's
now.
time to go.
I just give him a little shake up before that. Just shake the rein. Little, you know, wake him up. Slap on the shoulder with the whip maybe. And it's like coming to this stage of the race, or even just before that, I had a wall of horses in front of me. As you can see, I don't really have much room to go. And I remember just thinking, like, you know, I'm going okay. If these horses just move out of the way, it'll be great. And it's like, as soon as I thought it, them couple of horses just moved out of the way.
Did they?
And then I proved into the position I was in now. And then same thing, I'm sort of getting up on the heels of the horse in the blue colours in front of me, and I'm thinking, if this horse just gets out of the way, that'd be brilliant. Again, same thing. It's like it was fate or something, or it was meant to be.
It's meant to be.
And it just moved out of the way, and my horse, in credit to him, he just quickened up again, and then as you can see, the last little bit, he just kept coming and coming and coming all the way.
Let's have a look.
Buckaroo sweeping up around the outside, about 6 off the lead, followed by Vauban. Land Legend goes to the front with Akita Sushi on the outside.
Oh, there's the gap opening that you're talking about.
Zardozi back by Circle of Fire, Fancy Man, and from a long way
There's that
back
next
by
gap.
Blue, it's Akita Sushi. Zardozi a length away on the inside, wearing
Stop it
down.
there, MJ.
Akita Sushi.
So the famous clock tower, you're about 200 to go. Your horse is moving forward rapidly. Do you start getting excited here thinking, hang on? Or do you have to control that emotion?
I was very much in a state of something I can't even explain.
Just a state of flow.
It's out of my control at that stage. Everything sort of leading up to that, it was like everything went right. And then at this stage, it was just like, it's like I wasn't even there. It was someone else riding in me. You know what I mean? And then I remember seeing this horse in the blue again, and that was the horse I thought would win.
Yep.
And I was coming at it quick, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna run a good race here. I'm gonna run into placings. And then once I went past it, I'm thinking,
well, let's get to that point. So we're in the placings at this stage. We just passed the clock tower. So that's Zardozi, is it? In the blue?
that's Zardozi,
Okay.
yeah.
Roll it, MJ.
Thinking I'm gonna run a place.
100 metres to go. Stop it, MJ. Stop it. So you've just come up next to Zardozi, but there's two on your outside as well, Robbie Dolan. How are you going now?
I was just hoping the finish post would come soon, I guess. Again, I was in sort of a flow state, and I was just really felt like I could have ran through a brick wall there. And then it was only sort of, I didn't know I had won until that last second when we hit the line.
Let's get to that point.
Grabbed by Knight's Choice and Warp Speed coming at it. Knight's Choice, Warp Speed, they hit the line. It's a photo finish. Knight's Choice, I reckon's one from Warp Speed. And
Stop it there. So there's a couple of things there. The great Matty Hill put his nuts on the line. Knight's Choice, I reckon, which he was right about. That would have been a long 15 seconds for him waiting 100%. For the photo. Do you know or not? Or you've got a long 15 seconds waiting as well?
So I knew I won. I just knew it. I don't know why. I just knew it. And then I just couldn't believe if I'd won or not. And as you can see here, that jockey, he's a Japanese jockey, Akira.
Yeah.
He said to me, "Did I win?" Like referring to himself, like, "Did I win?"
Thinking he might have got up.
Thinking he got up.
And did that shatter your confidence a bit?
And I was just like, "Oh, geez, I hope not." Because I tell you what, you'd be talking to him now and not me. Huh?
Yeah. Well, roll it, MJ. Roll it. Roll it.
Well back in the field then towards the end, mostly cloudy, with also St George and Just Fine at the tail of the field. And Knight's Choice is the winner. Robbie Dolan for John Simons and Sheila Laxon. It is a rank outsider. Knight's Choice has won the Lexus Melbourne.
So when is it confirmed in your mind? So Billy
taught
Billy
me.
Slater, isn't it?
Yeah, Billy taught me.
Did he?
Yeah, he was the first person to
What
tell
did he
me.
say? You won the Melbourne Cup? What did he say? What did he say? What did he go with?
You'd see me put my hands on my face, but
Yeah.
I said to him, "Did I get it?" And he was just like, "Yeah, mate, you won it." And I was just like, "Oh my God, can't believe it."
So what happens from this point?
It was like everything just came back. I was in that flow state for the last minute or so, and it was a bit of a blur, a bit of a like. I felt like someone else was controlling me in a sense, which is I don't even know how to explain it.
You go back through the roses and the punters?
Yeah, like sort of. It was only like here. It was like I just snapped out of it, and I was just like, "What is going on?" You know, it just it's like I just kind of regained control of myself, really. Chatting to Bill, I can't even remember it. And then I'm pretty sure I trotted the horse back to scale because it was like I was so calm. I wasn't nervous at all going into that race or anything. You know, I was just so focused, and then it was like I was a wreck. It was like I was shaking. I was just like, if I fall off this horse now, and then I lose the race. So I was just like all these little things like I wouldn't even think about ever. It was like I was just a wreck. It was crazy.
Your dad was there?
He was there. Yeah, he was there. I didn't know he was coming over. My partner flew him over, surprised me. He came in on the Sunday, and we went to watch Cam Smith play golf at Nudgee there in Brisbane on the Sunday. Flew to Melbourne Monday. Went for a teppanyaki Monday night. Won the Melbourne Cup Tuesday. Sang with Ronan Keaton on the Wednesday, and then he flew back on the Thursday.
He's had a
Best holiday of all time.
He's had a good few days. Huh? We won't play it here, but I watched all this back. There's a moment where you still haven't gone to be weighed, what do they call it, return to scale or whatever, and you just hear it in one of the camera mics, and you're saying along the lines of, I don't know where I've got to go, I don't know what I've got to do, and it just hit me. It's just like you're being overwhelmed. There's people coming at you. There's cameras in your face.
Yeah.
Like Sheila's there, John's there, your old man. Like you just look completely overwhelmed by maybe understanding what you just achieved for a bloke from Ireland.
Yeah, it was only in that moment that it was again, like, it was like everything was just coming to me, like, what you've just done, like, and props to Maggie Payne, who's out here today.
Yes.
She's basically in charge of when a jockey wins a race like that, she's the person that will say, come with me. She brings you into all the interviews and looks after Christine and Maisie and my dad, and shows them where to go, because it's very overwhelming. There's a million cameras. There's speak to me, and if it was up to me, I'd speak to every single person in the whole place.
100,000 of them.
And she's just like, no, we got to do this and we got to do that, and then you can do this, and without her we'd be lost. So very important job.
And how do you talked about through Tom, and then when you went on The Voice about the community of racing, like what do your fellow jockeys say when you get back in the rooms?
Delighted for me.
Are they?
Every one of them, yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's brilliant. And we're just competing against each other 5 minutes before, and then everyone's just like hugging me and just you should be so proud of yourself and everything like that. And my phone, I couldn't even look at my phone for like a week. It was just like in bits. It was just a million messages. It overheated a few times. But same, like we said earlier with the old man in the post office, about $20 on him.
Yeah.
It's like as you go through your career from the very start to the middle or wherever you are, all these single people that you meet along the way, and they all were like, I know him, I met him here, and it was like all them people were messaging me from like 5 years ago, and when I first moved over, and then like sending me photos and stuff of, when I first started and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
What do you think it meant to the people back at home?
It definitely meant a lot. Yeah. My mother doesn't like to watch me ride. She gets a bit nervous in case I fall off.
Yeah.
But yeah, she didn't even watch the Melbourne Cup until the next day. She couldn't watch it. She was too nervous. Nervous wreck. Yeah.
So how'd she find out you win it?
Neighbours knocking on the door, I think, and her best friend was ringing her, and I'm pretty sure she said she set an alarm to get up, and then she set it for the wrong time just to see if I'd won, and then she had no messages, so she's like, I didn't win. And then like people knocking on the door, and like the neighbor, and like her best friend was ringing you like, he won, and she was just like, what is going on?
And what'd your dad say at the track?
Oh sure, he was probably more emotional than I was.
Was he?
I cried loads that day. Like,
did you?
I like, it took me a while to even have a beer after, because I was just very emotional. And Sam, he was just like, it was pretty special.